Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful morning. I know I am. The sun's not out, but it's okay. I'm going to take you guys to the Seymour Center where you can see a 50-foot whale that washed up on the shores of Santa Cruz County in 50. I think I did some content like this a couple of years ago, but I just wanted to show you guys the improvements of the area here. I love how they've paved sidewalks. It's definitely changed a lot in the past 35 years. And I say 35 years because, I grew up here in Santa Cruz, and when I was 5 years old, I was in kindergarten. And every year in elementary school, I think it was every year, if I could remember, at least 3 years, the main field trip would be to come to Long's Marine Lab. But now the name's changed to the Seymour Center. And this is a marine, it's actually a part of UCSC. People study marine lab, oceanography, all that stuff. Yeah, see, this is Santa Cruz Laboratory National Marine Fishery Service. Yeah, it's pretty awesome here. And they have, some people think it's kind of like a mini Monterey Bay Aquarium, but it's not. People can come here for tours, and you can touch some of the marine life, and they have touch tanks, things like that. Let's see what's over here. Oh, bunny rabbit! I'm glad that I came here this way, so maybe you guys could see some bunny rabbits over here. But let me just run over here really quick to show you guys what's over here. Lagoon Overlook Vista Lagoon. Take a peek at a younger lagoon. Okay, I'm just moving. I'm still moving. So, we do not want to get into. Hopefully we don't see a bobcat. Let's go. I am so happy that my knee feels good. Okay, let's see what's over here. Oh, this is nice. I haven't been here in a while. You know what I used to do here? Bad shit. I used to sit on this bench and just get wasted. I almost forgot this was over here. Oh, everything looks so much better with sober pair of eyes. Wow. Oh, and they have like a little fence right here. They must have, some of the wildlife must have been trying to get in the marine. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to keep running. So this is the lagoon. And there's another lagoon I'll show you guys at another run. But yeah, coastal access is also here. Free younger lagoon beach tours right here. Free. Isn't that awesome? If you guys want to come to Santa Cruz and have a beach tour, it is Lagoon Beach Tour. It is free. Okay. So, let's go. Some might ask, KP, how can you run and talk at the same time? Well, I used to be a cheerleader in high school and college. So you have to be able to move around, jump around a lot, and yell and sound, So, and I'm steadily having to check myself because I'm taking my own advice. Sometimes I think that I want to say something like bring up something negative and how I'm pushing through it. But sometimes it's not necessary. But I do have a testimony and a confession to make about letting go of things. So, as you all know, I'm retaking the medical assisting program. Haven't taken this course for 20 years. So a lot's changed. Okay. And a lot's gonna change with me with this course, because although I do not drink alcohol, I used to, from time to time, and maybe a little overindulge a little bit when I was in my menses or depressed, in THC, not CBD, but THC. And I know that I've mentioned on here that I'm like, I don't really mention it too much, but let's just say, y'all, I'm not doing nothing. I'm all the way clear. When my menses come, I get cramps. Oh well, because working in the medical profession and being a little foggy in the head does not go hand in hand. So I'm on this new journey. A couple of my friends and family are just like, KP, are you sure? Because I do suffer from anxiety, but I ask God to help me with that. I've tried this journey within the past 4.5 years of not using THC, and I think the most I've gone was maybe a couple of months, and then something would happen in my life. So I'm going to say this. I think I've used THC as a crutch, and I know a lot of people do not like to hear that because they don't think that it's like a drug, or they don't think, but all drugs are drugs. And for me, I believe that I will benefit from not indulging at all. So I'm not. But again, CBD for anxiety, that's not, that's something. Okay, this is the whale. So, and also I'm going to be doing yoga and running. Since I've been running, this is my 4th run in a row. Or I'm not going to say run. I'm going to say jog. I feel good. Okay, so here's the bone. Okay, so this is a blue whale skeleton. I'm going to come over here for the information here so you can read that. This skeleton, if you're listening and you're not looking at this skeleton comes from a female blue whale that died in 1979, a year before I was born. So, where is it? Anyways. Oh, wow. I almost thought that was the ocean. It's right here. That's where it looked. Wow. Oh, I had it mixed up. It died in 1979, but it was 50 years old. It's unknown what caused her death. Blue whales were slaughtered by the thousands for their oil. Wow. Okay, well, there she is. Okay. All right, time to get moving. Okay, so when I was growing up, all this was gravel without these little black things, circles, and we used to slip and slide, and I really think that this is a great addition to this parking lot. So let's check it out. It's cool. Look how nice I could run on this. And then this is paved over here. And there's benches to eat here. And then we're gonna go visit another whale. Okay. I love running on this. We probably won't be able to see the ocean because it's so foggy right now. So, okay, so here is the other whale. This is a gray whale. Gray whale is a little bit smaller than so this gray whale Let's check out the gray whale. Gray whales leave impressions on the seafloor after they feed. Can you see where this young whale was feeding? Okay. The whale spews out. The whale then spews out the water and sand through its baleen, and a curtain of fibers inside its mouth that traps the food. Okay, this is the gray whale. This looks like, what, 25 feet long? I didn't really see how long this one was. But anyways, let's see if we can see anything. I don't think we will be able to, but maybe we will. This is our seawater system here. Let's just look at the water. Okay, let's go. I was just listening to myself, actually. What I've done in the past couple of years, I'll like dictate vlog to myself, and I'll save it, and then I'll go back and listen to it if something's going on. Like, for instance, I just got through listening to a vlog that I vlogged to myself. And I usually do this when like something happens and I'm feeling a little off, and I'm like, why do I feel like that? I need to talk this out so that I can later listen to it and kind of take an inventory on why I'm feeling that way, and if it was even necessary to react that way. So the situation, background, assessment, and result is this. My ex and I, we don't really talk on a friendship level, even though, we used to, even though we were separated. Or we are separated, going toward divorce. And he was out of work for a little bit. And he sent me out of, like, there'll be times where I would text him and he wouldn't respond. And I understand. I'm not going to say I understand. I'm going to say, oh, look at the little bunny. Oh my goodness. Hope I don't scare you, bunny. So anyway, we used to share things with each other, and like, what's going on in our lives, if we got a job, if we're going to school, anything like that. But lately, since he has a girlfriend, he doesn't text me as often as he did, and because it's just about the kids. If it's not about the kids, then also if it's about money, he can go through the child support people and talk to them about it. He doesn't have to talk to me about it. So you guys know I've shared with you that I'm going back to school, and I'm very excited about that. There's been many times where there's changes that's going on in my life that usually I would want to share with my ex-husband. But because we're really not on that level of communication, I have to accept the fact that some things I just don't jump to share with him because he doesn't care. So the other day, he's been out of work for a little while, but again, we do have child support, so he doesn't really have to communicate with me. And so he text messaged me that he got a job. Now, my first reaction, I'm gonna keep it real. My first reaction was like, why are you telling me? And, I don't care. At the time, I'm sitting at my desk, I'm studying. And then I asked myself, why are you resentful? Why are you being so, irritated about him telling you he has a job? So I talked it out. I pressed record on my video and I talked it out with myself, and I just listened to it. And I came up with the conclusion that the reason why I'm irritated with him is because when I text messaged him recently about financial things, because sometimes we felt like we could talk about it, he wouldn't respond. He didn't respond. He didn't respond to a couple, but when it was time for him to tell me something, he responded, or he sent me a message. So my instinct, my first initial reaction in my head was, I don't give a F. That who cares? Why are you telling me? Go tell your girlfriend, okay? Go tell your girlfriend that you live with, okay? And then I was like, wow, Keish, why do you feel like that? Well, I'm a little bitter because I feel that I don't want him, but I feel honestly embarrassed of the fact that we are still technically married and he's living with a girlfriend. However, I don't want him. But you know what I can do? I can do it. I can divorce him. I can I can do all that myself. And so, I asked God, I was like, what do I do? Even though he doesn't respond to my texts, but he wants to tell me, oh, I got a job. I really don't give a fuck because he doesn't respond to mine. And I'm going to school. I'm over here studying medical terminology. I can give an F about what he's doing. That's not necessary for me to tell him any of that stuff at all. What I did was I said, congratulations. Then he told me about he's going to send me medical stuff, and I just did not respond. I didn't have to tell him, you go through the child protective service. I didn't have to tell him. I didn't have to say any of that stuff, So I just said congratulations, and he said thank you. Did I tell him, oh, I'm going to schools now. Oh, I'm doing this? No, it's not necessary. You know why? Because he don't care. And I'm not going to say it's none of his business, but what I am going to say, good morning, ladies. What I am going to say is this. It's just, I'm going to say it again. It's not necessary. And I pray for my bitterness and my resentment. It's like, just because he's moving the way that he's moving and I moved the way that I moved, doesn't mean I cannot go to a family court myself, get some help with getting things started and getting things done. So we could both completely move on, because honestly, I don't feel, it's not a good feeling to still be married, and it isn't a good feeling. I mean, even though I'm not gonna even bring it up, but yeah, it's not a good feeling. I just want to move on, and I try to stop the negative self-talk, like, oh, how could he move a girl in his house and he had all the time. I go through all this negative self-talk, like, I got the kids and he got nothing but him, and he's living behind. That's not. Who cares? What is my part in this? I cannot worry about him living with a girlfriend and still being married and all that stuff. All I can do is do my part, and I'm gonna do it. So I cannot, I listen to myself, and I'm just like, Keisha, quit worrying about what he's doing, and why don't you just do what you need to do for yourself to move forward, okay? And that's what I think I'm gonna do. That's what I am gonna do. So I'm getting that ball rolling on Friday. And once I put my mind to something, it just happens, because the way that I started school, I was like, God, I feel like, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. I feel like a loser. I feel like I'm not progressing in life. I'm 41 years old. What am I gonna do? I ain't got much time, God. I need to get a career under my belt within the next year, so I can start making real good money like I used to. And I'm just tired. And so I just keep talking to God. Just help me out, guide me, So yeah, I've come to the acceptance. That the way that I socialize with my ex is different now, and it's okay, and it's nothing to be mad at. And if he decides to share his milestones in his life moving forward, so be it. but the energy that I'm given, I'm just worried about what I'm doing. I'm not going to put in any energy into being resentful towards him, because it's just holding me down. You know, it is. We are approaching the first full week of school, of the academic school year, with my children and myself. Okay, and so far so good. My boys and I have an understanding of what's acceptable and not acceptable, because there are times when I go to school, it's in the middle of the evening, towards the night. And so they need to know that I expect for homework to be done or worked on or studying. They have to have their showers before I even get home, and a meal plan is set in order. Don't play with me. Turning off media, lights out, like we could chill, play music, play piano, play guitar, or draw, but all that's good. We're turning everything off at 8 o'clock, except for me, because I go home and then I'll get them to bed and everything, and then I'll study a little bit. But other than that, it's like we have to have an understanding. We have to have some structure. And yeah. Okay, I'm running back. Well, yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. I was listening to myself talk about it, and I was like, I really like this practice, that tool, using my phone to talk to myself when I